I've been casually pushing Path of Legends with this expo deck I made a few days ago with Evolve Snowball, Evolve Cannon, and Goblin Curse, and I'll have to lock in like a tiny bit against these guys, but I still wanted to play it in today's video because I know some people wanted to see Path of Legends, and I've been enjoying this deck, man, and I've got some rambling to do while I push up these fucking arenas. I watched the new Marvel movie Thunderbolts the other day, and I went into it with the lowest of expectations because every Marvel movie that has been released besides, I'm going to say, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, there is a couple I'm missing. I can't remember, there's a couple other decent ones, but the rest have been absolute shit. I thought Loki was okay. The start of WandaVision was okay. She-Hulk was the worst thing I've ever seen. I know a lot of people like Moon Knight, but I thought it was really boring, I'm not going to lie. And everything I'd seen, I'd gone into right after Avengers Endgame, expecting it to be the same sort of Marvel level, and it wasn't. It's just been like, it's just felt like a cheap knockoff almost of every Marvel like thing I've seen in the past. And so, you know what, this guy's getting real comfortable, so I'm gonna go for my first expo. I got Evolve Cannon as well. Basically, this deck strategy is you just wait until you have your broken evolutions in cycle and you just play really slowly. And then they struggle to defend, and you just do that over and over for the rest of the game until you win. And then, if you can't break through using that strategy, then you always have the Evolved Giant Snowball, which is also just absolutely insanely broken on defense. And then the Goblin Curse you may think doesn't fit in, but sometimes, you know, you can't. I mean, this is obviously a troll deck, it's not a real dick. But sometimes when the Goblin Curse, the Expo's not breaking through, you can just drop like, you can throw a snowball on like their skeletons if they cycle 2 skeletons behind a tower on the back, and then you can drop a Goblin Curse at the last second. And that, see right here, if I had my snowball, I would literally have 2 Goblin Barrels essentially on his tower for, you know, that's just, and they have to react to it, otherwise it's going to do thousands of damage in seconds. And that's how I've actually finished up a lot of games. So you may think the Goblin Curse has absolutely no synergy with Expo whatsoever, but it also does help with the damage amplification, killing stuff quicker when you need to. This guy's getting way too comfortable setting up defense, expecting me to need to go in. I don't need to, little bro. I've done 2,000 damage to your tower. I'm just going to go with the Goblin Curse here. And this dick has like the most fucking insane defense, if you know how to use it as well. Like the damage amplification from the Goblin Curse, 2 buildings, Evolve Snowball, bats, cycle cards. It's kind of insane. I feel like he spent a lot of elixir there. He might go Musketeer or something. Evo Knight's going to be kind of cunty to break through, but I think once it starts hitting my Ice Golem, I'm just going to go with this and then the Evolve Cannon, and this should be good. And, okay, well, we're going to Goblin... Okay, I did not mean to snowball nothing. I mean, I did, because I want to give him a chance, because I'm a good guy, and that would be just too mean. It would be cyberbullying to kill him quickly. Hopefully that hog jumps, so my Expo locks on. Schmuck. Alright, it did jump, but he played the knight. And see, he's just overcommitting so much elixir there. Throwing logs in my face and shit. Like, don't even try it, little bro. I don't actually care if I take damage in this lane because I'm just trying to get one more expo and just call it a day. Okay, he probably thinks that's going to work out for him. No, it's not. Alright, let's go for a cannon. Please go for my cannon. I don't think it will. We got the double ice spirit. And that should be GG, baby. Yep, there's no stopping that. Anyway, as I was saying, I went into Thunderbolts expecting it to be shit because the bar's been set so low by Marvel movies, which is such a shame because it was such a big part of my teen years, and I loved every movie for what it was individually. I didn't like each movie because it was Marvel and because it was leading up to something. I liked each movie because they were good. They were good standalone movies, and I thought they were ahead of their time as well. Like, the quality they used and the way they were able to make a story and bring the like characters to life, I thought was like well ahead of DC, which should have been ahead if you ask me. Like before Tony Stark, before Robert Downey Jr. played Iron Man, there's no denying that I would say Superman and Batman are more known like superheroes than Iron Man was before Iron Man was on, like, the movie came out. You know, in the comics, Batman and Superman, everybody knows fucking Batman and Superman. The only thing, the biggest that maybe Marvel had prior is probably Spider-Man. And that's probably just because of the movies in the past. Like, Spider-Man's a very popular character, but also because of the movies. They've had 2 reboots with Andrew Garfield and fucking Tobey Maguire, the GOAT, the classics. And so we're against Minor Poison Boss Bandit Cycle in this game, which is going to be real fun. I don't even want to attempt to go Expo until I have some bullshit I can spam in front of my Expo to defend. Oh man, he's playing skeletons there. That's a great sign for later in the game, because I'm definitely going to be going with a Goblin Curse plus Snowball. He poisons that. This is not looking too good for him. He does have Boss Bandit, which will be a fucking bitch to kill, but I have 2 evolutions here. So, yeah, this is going to be... Oh no. You can't be doing that, and I can just insta-kill his Firecracker here because Evolve Cannon's nuts. And let's see, is he going to try and... Okay, so he's going to try and go for a Minor, just catch that. And that is pretty much going to take his tower. He's wasted all of his elixir as well. And so, as I was saying, I went into this movie, I still haven't said a thing about what I thought about the actual movie itself. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to say anything that's going to spoil the movie at all. But I'm not going to lie, I've seen some mixed reviews online. And I watched this movie, and I felt, for the first time in years, that Marvel was back. I've seen these memes where it's just like, Marvel's dead, Marvel's back. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they're like, Marvel's back. And then it's like the next movie, Eternals or whatever, they're like, Marvel's dead. And it really is, it seems to be that way. I think a lot of people, Marvel is just, I mean, Endgame was one of, if not the top grossing film of all time. And so because of that, I mean... like, it's got a lot of fans, and so people are willing to come back if they make a good movie. And I think a lot of people, including me, I genuinely thought the Marvel touch was gone. And it's not entirely their fault. There was Jonathan Majors, who was meant to be the next Thanos. He was playing Kang the Conqueror, and he was charged in real life with, like, domestic abuse or sexual misconduct, something like that. I'm not even sure if he was convicted. He might have even gotten off, but it doesn't matter. As soon as you're convicted of, or like, as soon as you get... It's kind of like, as soon as you get accused of it, even if you're guilty or not, Disney, Marvel, they don't want to handle the bad press. So he instantly lost his role, which he had already played as Kang the Conqueror, to be the new Thanos, essentially. And so they had to reboot the whole franchise, because after Avengers Endgame, the next Avengers was going to be Avengers Kang Dynasty. And if Kang is beating people in real life, well, they need a new villain, is what happened. And so, whether or not he was... Okay, Boss Bandit, Hog Rider strikes again. Whether or not he was... Okay, I fucked this, actually. Hang on. I'm just going to have to kite this. The thing is, even if I activate King Tower, he might just dash off it and then fucking try and get it on my tower, and that would be annoying, so I'm not too worried about that play. Basically, they had to, like, throw out the whole script of an already bad plot line and movies they were making. They were already making bad films, I'm not going to lie. And they had this happen, which was not great either. It was so stupid. I watched Ant-Man Quantumania, which was the first movie Kang the Conqueror was in. The post-credit scene was amazing, hyping up the franchise. But it's like, Kang the Conqueror, the new Thanos, should not be beaten by Ant-Man. You know what I mean? It doesn't make for a fucking good villain. Ants do not beat the big baddie. That's just not... That doesn't clock in my mind. It's like in Star Wars when they just chopped off Snoke in the second new Star Wars film. I guess it was the 8th one. They just chopped his head off. I was like, damn, this guy is a good-ass villain they've created here. And I could have Goblin Cursed that, but it doesn't matter. And then they immediately just kill him, and they just, like, say, Palpatine's back in the 9th one, I believe. And I was like, yeah, that's fantastic. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Good work, Star Wars. You've killed what was, like, the best, you know, one of the best franchises of all time in the most stupid way possible. And anyway... what I was saying was, so they had to come up with a new villain to play Thanos, and that is Iron Man, apparently. It's now Dr. Doomsday. That's what it's called, Dr. Doomsday instead of Kang Dynasty. And they've brought back Iron Man to play Dr. Doom, and so he's the new Thanos, basically. And so anyway, to reschedule the whole plot line, they've kind of had to, like, shun some of the movies they've released that were building up to the Kang Dynasty plotline to now lead up to the Doctor Doom plotline. And it felt like this movie, Thunderbolts, was the first step towards that. And it had a post-credit scene that, like, the Marvel thing where it's like, the Thunderbolts will, like, reappear. I don't know, I thought it was a good movie. I thought the villain was actually good. The ending was a little corny, I'm not gonna lie. But I thought the movie was, I thought it was good. I think they focused on character instead of just being like, the world is ending and you should care. Of course, the world is always ending, but I did care this time. And that's because I think it focused on the characters. I think the characters were good. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially like DC has Suicide Squad, where they make all the bad guys come together to fight like a mutual villain who's even worse of a guy. And that's basically, this is Marvel's version of that, essentially. And the villain is good. He's actually like cracked. You know, I'm like, I love a villain where I'm like, wait, how do you actually beat that person? And that's what Thanos used to be as well. It's like when he started getting the Infinity Stones in the movie, I was like, oh shit, he's just getting stronger and stronger. How the fuck are they going to beat him? And then they didn't. And that's why it was so good. Because it was Thanos' movie, Infinity War. That's why... Okay, you know what? It's... Okay, you know what? That snowball's still worth it. Yeah, Avengers Infinity War was well and truly a Thanos film. It was like his point of view, essentially, and he won. Spoiler alert, it was great. But yeah, so now they've got the new Fantastic Four coming out after Thunderbolts, which is meant to be leading on from that in terms of the overall Marvel plot. And that is fucking great, because... I don't know. Fantastic Four is such a massive IP as well. Like, everybody knows the Fantastic Four, I feel like. And so because of that, I'm like, alright, Fantastic Four is probably going to be a good film. It's continuing the plot line. The last film was good. We are so back. That's what I'm thinking. I also defensive expo a lot with this dick. I mean, he knows I'm playing expo. He knows the gimmick, so it's no secret. So, you know, I can always okay, you know what? This is just great value. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Goblin Curse is so good on defense as well. That combo kind of just kills everything. That Hogwood bypass, so I will go for a cannon. When I play my expo on defense, I'm almost thinking, like, I don't want to play my cannon. Like, I would rather just play my expo on defense, but sometimes I have to play the cannon. This is a terrible expo, because he can just Mega Knight. Oh well, he didn't, so now it's a great cannon. And he has to Ewiz. If he Mega Knights, I'm just going to get a shit ton of damage. As long as he doesn't get his Ewiz down, we just win the game here. Let's go like that, snowball it back, and now we just have to survive for 16 seconds, and it's fucking Jova. Yeah, and like, even though I committed that much, Mega Knight's dead on the bridge, Evolve Cannon helps defend, and that's the thing, because I attacked without my evolutions, so by the time I got to defense, I got to defend with them instead of attacking with them. It's all just great stuff, everything just works. And I love the dick. If I'm being real, taking out Goblin Curse and putting in a big spell like Rocket would probably be better the higher I get. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we're just playing Goblin Curse, Expo Snowball Cycle, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. It's one of the... Expo is one of the dicks I genuinely enjoy to play with in this game. Alright, later in the game, see, you could snowball and then you can drop a Goblin Curse at the last second. I will wait for a better opportunity for that though, because I didn't even have it in cycle. It was one card off. Why is everybody and their grandmother playing Hog Rider? I will happily just keep cleaning up Hog Rider dubs. I've got 2 buildings. As long as they don't have Earthquake, and that's the thing, even if they have Earthquake, I can just try and go for like a Goblin Curse sneaky win. And that's why I like this dick. I have a ulterior way to win. And so yeah, all in all, I am very excited to see, you know what, just for the sake of the video, let's do it. See, like, you can't react to that. And the amount... Okay, he maybe just underestimated how much damage he thought that was going to get. It just does 1,000 damage right there. It also cycles my Snowball to my Evolved Snowball, which is great because I would love to have that for my Expo. Or defense if I need it. Like, sometimes I can just go with a Snowball and an Evolved Snowball and Skeletons, and I can just counter a Hog Rider by itself. And then they can go for a pre-Fireball, and then they'll hit nothing, and then they'll be down Elixir, then I'll Expo, and then I'll take their tower, and then I'll win the game. It's great stuff, man. Now what is he going to do? He's trying to cycle to his Hog Rider. There it is. I fucked up the fucking Evolved Cannon, so I might just go for an Evolved Snowball. Yep, fuck it. And there we go. We're going to defend, even though I missed the cannon, and he fireballed nothing, pretty much as I said. I think this is just 2.6. So if I go with this, surely he just goes cannon. I'll just go with this so I don't take unnecessary damage. Okay, he doesn't go cannon, that's fine. He's probably going to go Musketeer, maybe? Or Cannon, even, still. He has to go with one of the range cards. He's going to attack. Right, okay, well, he's going to Cannon. Yep, there it is. I'm just going to let the Expo take this out. Oof, barely got a hit, that's fine. Okay, I might have to lock in just a little bit to beat this guy. I think I just have to be patient. I just have to be patient and then have my Evolved Snowball or my Goblin Curse, and then we win the game. Alright, so let's go like this. Let's cycle bats in the back as well. Okay, bad hog. Just go with the cannon. Hopefully fireballs. Good. And then Ice Spirit Pleat. Oh my god, how did the Ice Spirit jump on that one skeleton? Alright, well, I'm just going to go in here. Fuck it. Hopefully he goes with... Yeah, so even if he doesn't play skeletons, everything is just being amplified damage in there. And then I'm just going to snowball this off. He's going to have to fireball, otherwise he's just going to... Yeah, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, no, he's just going to defend it like that. All right, that's fine by me as well. I'll take that. And then I'll just go with this in the back. I'm not in a rush to spam another one. Although, please overcommit. He might go for a prediction cannon or something here. I'm just going to go with this. There he goes. He goes for the prediction cannon. I'm just going to cycle another ice golem in the back. He's trying to play like... Okay, well, I'm just going to play defenso mode. And then he might... Okay, so he is going to go for the fireball. I will have to go for the giant snowball. I didn't want to have to use that there, but we will. Okay, there we go. We kill the skeletons. I'll just go with an expo. Just to apply pressure. I fully don't expect this to get any damage. You know what? I'm going to go for a cannon here. And that's going to bypass. He might go for like a musketeer. Okay, so he's going to go for a cannon. And then we're going to get a connection here. That's great. Now he has to fireball because he has no reset. Just used his ice spirit. And then now he's lower in elixir. But I'm still not going to attack because that would be obvious. And also because I would rather have my evolutions and cycle. That way I can put the nail in the coffin when the opportunity arises. Which is coming up real soon. I am actually going to go with an expo here. Oh my god. I have to do it. I have to, man. I have to. It's just too much value. And it's going to be too much free damage for me to win this. It means I potentially don't even need another expo lock. I have 2 expos on the map. He's done the same thing again. This is just great. This time I'm not going to do the surprise shit because I think we all know it's coming. And Musketeer's going to die. That thing's going to get shredded in 1 second. You know, I'm just going to... Oh, he really thinks he can fireball cycle me? Really, dude? You think you can get away with that? I don't think it's possible for you to... I don't think it's possible for you to get that damage and defend my expo without fireball. So I'm just going to go for amplification here to kill that quicker. And that's going to annihilate pretty much everything. And that's going to jump, and that's good again. And the evolved snowball. Could have used it on offense as well. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is Thunderbolts was really good. I'm actually excited for Marvel. It gave me that feeling that Marvel used to give me where I used to get really excited for the movies and the overall plot line. I don't know what they did differently. I don't know if they just made me focus on the characters as opposed to being like, the world's gonna end and you should fucking care. So yeah, smash subscribe if you enjoyed, baby.